Hello everyone, welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. So anytime you find yourself watching this video, that's the best time for you to receive a message. Now, just take what resonates with you because it's a general reading. And let's try to see what is the main energy for today. Well, we have here the Knight of Pentacles. You might have an inspiration right now that will take some time in order to come into a reality. And so you need to be diligent in working in it. Patience is a mighty charm and endurance brings many good things. So whatever this project it is, you will have to use your creativity so that you will be able to be successful in the long run or in the long term. Some people do it by dividing the goals into smaller portions and achieving each goal one after the other. And so it makes it more interesting because it is shorter and you are able to appreciate more the process of getting it into a reality. Sometimes it's really important for us to live the present moment because if the goal is very long, sometimes we get discouraged along the way because we are losing time as a big portion of our life in order for the goal to happen. Oftentimes the usual pitfall that we have when we go to long-term goals is that we forego nurturing ourselves, telling ourselves, I'll nurture myself later when I finally accomplish it. And then another long-term goal will come and then I'll nurture myself later when I accomplish it. And then suddenly you realize you are already in your twilight years and many years have passed without you really living life to the full. And you somehow already feel, sometimes you might feel in the end that you've lost something and you cannot regain it anymore. So the important thing is really not to let the long-term goals keep you from living the present moment. Some people, by cutting this long-term goal into smaller pieces of goal, somehow in a certain sense help them to live, be aware that they need to live the present moment. For example, they enjoy already the process of gaining one small step and then after they finish that, another small step. So sometimes putting them into small pieces allows you to be reminded or reminds you to somehow enjoy the journey, not just the goal, but to enjoy the journey itself. And I think that's the most important thing about life, to live the present moment, because what we do in the present moment will determine our future and also will help us create beautiful past memories. So some of them, they cut it into small pieces. Some of them, instead of cutting them into small pieces, dedicate 1 hour each day or dedicate 20 minutes each day. It's just that they dedicate a portion each day towards the accomplishment of the goal. They know that when they dedicate that small amount of time each day, sooner or later, they will finally achieve the goal. So it depends on the personality of the person. Some people are more effective when they divide it into smaller goals. Some people are more effective when they allot small portions of time at a regular basis. So try to see which one resonates with you. The important thing is somehow you don't lose sight of the importance of the goal, but at the same time, you don't lose sight of the present moment. You enjoy the journey. It's like choosing a path that has a heart and you enjoy the journey towards that goal. Okay, so you choose a goal that has a heart also and you enjoy every moment of the adventure towards the achievement of that dream or that goal. So it's going, for some of you, you have an inspiration right now that will require some time before they come to a reality. Now let's try to see how this will unfold. Okay, you need to start working on it well, if it's going to be a long-term goal, you need to put on your working clothes, just as this person in the Tree of Wands, and start hoping for the future. But as he is hoping in the future, he is also enjoying doing the job himself. So this card shows a person who is hands-on, somebody who also involves himself into the process or the work. So yes, he is also enjoying, not only just dreaming about the goal, but he puts his hand on the plow. He himself involves himself to the work. And you see him, he's on working clothes, and at the same time, he immediately worked on it. So he's already having goal, achieving already. And one thing that is very beautiful with this card is he take moments of pause. So when we take a moment of pause, it allows us to see the big picture, so we don't lose the objective that we have or the direction that we are going to. And at the same time, you get to see not only what is in the microscopic level, but also from a distance we are able to see things. So taking a pause is going to be an important factor for you to continually be productive towards the achievement of a long-term goal. So it's important for you to take a pause to maintain an objective point of view of the situation, but at the same time also to nurture yourself. This person took a pause, but at the same time is looking at the future and maybe looking at the past. It allows him to stop and try to, what comes to me, smell the roses, okay? Take some time also to nurture yourself. Now, what is the advice of the universe for us? Yes, attain a certain balance, just like the Queen of Swords. She generously gives her heart to whatever endeavor it is, with the symbol of the extended left hand. But at the same time, she has good boundaries. So she's able to balance between giving service, but at the same time, nurturing herself. So it's important here to balance between work and play, work and nurturing oneself. Now, it is important also to undergo transformation. This inspiration can be a process for transformation for us also, which can be symbolized by the crown of the queen, which is decorated by butterflies. So it's important for them also to have that kind of transformation, to be intuitive also, to listen to the guides that are symbolized by the angels in the throne and also the butterflies. So it's important for us also to allow our intuition to guide us, and also allow this process to be a process of transformation for us. So this is what we have for our tarot reading for today. Let us now go to the second part, which is the insights at twilight. For our insights at twilight, the message comes from Oscar Wilde, and the message is: to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Now, this is very interesting, because when we come to look at it, when we try to reflect on our life, the one who will really stick with us up to the end is ourself. So we need to love ourselves, because ourself sticks with us whether there are people around or none. They're always with us, and this includes not only the good side of ourselves, but also our shadow part, those parts that sometimes we are ashamed to show to the society. We need to recognize it as part of us. They bring color to our life. They bring color to the story of our life. This is part of us, and because from them we learn things. It is through our mistakes, through our failures at times, that we learn to do what is right. We learn to realize that things can be better. So in a certain sense, the important thing here is to develop a romance with ourselves. It is not a narcissistic kind of romance wherein you are so in love with yourself that the other things don't matter anymore. It's not that. It's that you learn to appreciate who you truly are. You learn to become a friend of yourself. You are happy whether you are with people or you are alone. When you are alone, you find joy because somehow you have become a friend of yourself. You know what you want, you know what are the things you need to work on yourself. You journey with yourself. So, in a certain sense, self love is, in a certain sense, quote and unquote, is also a romance. It's a loving relationship. So, in a certain sense, there are three types of loving relationship that we should have in our lifetime. One is a loving relationship with the divine. So this is a what we call a divine a divine romance. Okay, or and then the second one is a loving relationship with ourself. So it's a, maybe you can say a personal romance, and then the next one is a loving relationship with people whom we care for. Now, these three types of loving, I think, is very important for us. Now, the third one, there are different forms of love for others that will unfold in our life depending on the choices we make. Some people choose to remain on single, but they continue to serve the world with love. Some people, by circumstances, find themselves alone, but still they can continue to serve the world with love. Now, other people find it easier to journey with specific people in a romantic way, or sometimes deep friendships, or sometimes taking care of the family, journeying with the family. So there are different ways of doing it, but the important thing first is never to forego having a loving relationship with ourselves. When we are able to love ourselves, then the love overflows and we are able to give a more healthy form of love for others. Because there is a saying also that you cannot give something that you do not have. When you love yourself, it is easy for you also to reach out in love for others. And also, when you are already filled with love, if you are the source of your happiness, then when you reach out to other people, they don't feel forced to fill up what is lacking in you, and you don't expect them to fill up what is lacking with you, in you, because you are already a cup that is overflowing. So when you reach out, it is because you just want them to share in the joy that you have in living life to the full. So somehow, learning to love yourself, having that deep relationship with the divine, gives you the capacity to also love unconditionally. So this is what we have for our insights at twilight. I hope you were able to find some inspiration, some insights, some answers in your with regards to your present situation in life. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.